Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we are going to be working on a very special drawing that I have been waiting to do for so long, Casual Pitou. And there's a story to this, because you guys on YouTube haven't seen any of what's led up to this moment. You will hear, I should say, in a moment. I can't show you it, but if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So, you don't notice, because I probably talked about it a few times, but you don't know the full extent of this. But I made a series on DeviantArt, not YouTube, very huge distinction. It's called Pitou's Fetish. It's a mature series, obviously, that's why you guys haven't seen it here, because I don't draw mature drawings on this, what do you call it? For a few obvious reasons, because YouTube probably wouldn't like that now, would they? So we don't do that. Oops, and that's the ear. Anyways, yeah. Well, assuming I want that to be the ear, I'm not sure just yet. We'll see soon enough. So anyways, just giving you like a cliff notes here, the entirety of the arc, the Chimera Ant arc for quote-unquote Season 1, because technically it is Season 1, is finished. The entirety of that consisted of Pitou, discovering this new interest about them that they didn't realize that they knew about. Right now I gotta figure out what kind of hat color I want to give. I think I wanted like a greenish hat. Green or blue? But I think it was green. If my brain remembers correctly, it should be green. So we went through that entire season. It started with Maki being led into the, the NGL Island, or whatever the hell that island is called. That probably should be darker. And ending up meeting Pitou, almost dying, but using a very specific tactic that Luna did to her, that Maki did to them. Because don't forget, Pitou is technically genderless. Ants and all that. Well, it doesn't exactly matter too much, because it's considered experimentation, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't say it's the first one, because it's not actual full-on. You'll see what I mean when I get to that drawing sometime next limitation period. Don't know when that's going to be. Don't know for how long that's going to be. Also, part of me questions if their ear would even look good here. I'm gonna probably get rid of it, actually. And now they're starting to, take on the full appearance of a human lady. Regardless of the matter, this is a relatively wholesome drawing, considering the fact that the last 6 drawings in this particular series is all mature. So it's nice, to be able to do something. And if you've noticed, they have a nice little glare in their eyes. Not really, noticeable in most instances. So the events that they went through has definitely shown. It's definitely showing. Because now, Pitou is taking on some form of human emotions. They already did kind of take on human emotions. Also, I should call this a beanie instead, because of what they did to get to this point. Let's see. Cat sliding on a pillow. How are you sliding on a pillow? Where's your balance? Not sure about that color. How about brownish? I wanted to go for blue. It was either light cyan blue, that's teal, it's light bluish color, or was it brown? I don't know, I think brown kind of works perfectly. Anyways, it doesn't exactly matter because this is taking on a whole new swatch of colors. And it's interesting. It's interesting to try to, what's the word? It's like One Piece, and their constant outfit changes per arc. This, technically, we're doing the same thing with Pitou now in this particular series of mine. It's also nice to just have these particular kind of instances here to, like, show off that they do indeed have a new season going on here with a new outfit and all, which is nice. And also, it's just, they look really cute in this one, so sure, why not? It works perfectly. Did I press the damn button again? My freaking lips have been chapped for like a few days now. It's really annoying me. You know what that feeling is? I don't understand why. Alright, let's see. 30. Yeah, 30. I guess 30 is good. Glash is number 4. Well, regardless, yeah, that's all there really is to say about that. I'm still tired as hell. Despite the fact that this is vacation day, I'm still tired. It also doesn't help that stupid shit happened to my father's car, and I had to watch the dogs because they want to lock them up again, which I understand. I just wish... Oh, wait, this is supposed to be here. I just wish these dogs would just learn to stop causing mayhem and chaos when they're by themselves, to where they can't trust them together. It's annoying, right? What are you doing, cat? What are you trying to get? Is there a ghost, a bug, something? Meow. Cat meowing. So anyways, yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm so tired as all hell. I still got to record an episode of Game Crafters. Yep, got to do a few things here. But no worries. I'll see what I can do to get this done with today. It's probably going to be a two-parter because I want to focus on the background off camera and then work on something else. Yeah, look at this little blush. What the? I just pressed S. I know, something stupid happened. That's fine. Anyways, I got 2 new games for my quote-unquote birthday because it's not time just yet. Not until, technically, I guess, this Saturday, I believe, right? Yeah, this Saturday. And I got the Dead Space remake and the Metroid Prime remake, the games that well, one game that I've been wanting to play again for so long, because I don't think I ever even beaten it before. And Dead Space, I've beaten all 3 games. Remember playing Dead Space a whole bunch. Now I'm so god dang out of practice. It's insane. Kind of annoying, not gonna lie. It might be just the remake, whatever you call it. Or it's just that I'm not in practice anymore. I mean, technically speaking, it's been ages since I've played a shooter on a console. I don't know what the last shooter was. I mean, Mepsy. Stop trying to jump up here, cat. I guess, quote-unquote, the last shooter I played was Ratchet and Clank. But, I don't know how much of that counts. I don't know how much of that counts. Anyways, I know that I wanted them to have, like, a green sweater. Sweater, number 1. I don't know if the color should be reversed or what. Oops. I guess it doesn't matter right now. It's like a lighter, somewhat lighter than the hat. Oh, the hat might have been blue. Again, we'll figure this out soon enough. Oh yeah, I finished Adventure Time. The only other Adventure Time-esque series left to watch is Distant Lands, which I'm surprised of how short it is. But also, even more surprised that it's 44 minutes each episode. At least I think each episode. I looked at 44 minutes in the first episode with that rabbit girl. And of course, you know, there's other stuff I gotta do, so I don't exactly have the time, so to speak. to be able to do anything else. Not yet, anyways. Not yet. Oh, right, that is supposed to be beneath the sweater. So right here. I also apparently finished Demon Slayer. And apparently there's a movie for it at some point. Now, I'm going to quickly look it up real quick. Demon Slayer... Movie 3? Isn't this movie 2? Unless they have a third movie planned. Internationally on February 18th. You don't say. So when is that going to be out for Crunchyroll, you may ask? Well, it's not out yet, and even if it is out, I still gotta wait for the dub. Also, are you... Okay, good. Just need to double check real quick. So yeah, we finished that. We're moving over to Mob Psycho now. I've already watched like most of it on Toonami, but my memory of it is very, very non-existent. Well, some of it is. I don't exactly know where the hell we last left off. We either left off in Season 1 or Season 2. Spoilers for that, I guess. But I vaguely remember them fighting this masked guy towards the end. This old masked guy. And, I think that was it. I don't remember. So that's either Season 2 or something else. Season 1. Well, nevertheless, I'm watching that again. And I'm probably One Punch Man after that. I do vaguely remember us seeing Season 2 of that. I think it was Season 2 anyways. So we're going to be watching that if, you know, Sony or Crunchyroll isn't going to play ball and throw us a god-dang bone. Well, regardless of the fact, I have the ability to watch them now, and that's good. It just sucks that I can't, like, watch them on a weekly basis. But a daily basis, 8 times a week, is good enough. It just gives me another thing to look forward to at the end of every day. For dinner, I guess. No clue what the hell is going to happen on Toonami. Oh, and there's this... I don't know if this is true because this seems like a metaphor, not an actual thing that's going to happen in the series. But there's a certain, like, instance in My Hero Academia second half intro that I was like, wait a minute, I didn't plan for that event. Is that actually going to happen? For, you know, My Luna Academia. You know, the one with... why am I saving a coffee cup? This is not needed to be saved. They're not going to hold a coffee cup consistently. Well, the coffee cup might need to be saved for a few instances, but not now. So yeah, that's going to be funny. That's going to be hilarious, seeing how that's what might actually go down. The cat is trying to get underneath the blankets, failing miserably to do so. I shall help you, cat. Oop, there you go. I gave you a cave, a more accessible cave. Right there. Look, right there. Just gonna look at me, huh? Well, now you got an easier access cave. Blanket cave, so to speak. So yeah, I guess look forward to that coincidence. Am I going to explain? Yeah, this was planned before I even knew that this occurred. That this was going to occur. Wait a minute. I think it was blue. I'll get to it later. Let's just focus on this part for now. God damn it, I saved the cup. So anyways, let's talk about the Dead Space remake. $70 for a remake, eh? Inflation's really hitting hard in this nonsense, isn't it? It's not that big of a deal for us since we're kind of like middle of the chain, I guess, but still, that is a little bit like... It's just like the first instance. First, it's $70. Next thing you know, boom, it's $80. And then the next after that, it's $120 to buy a fucking AAA game. I guess that color will work. Ugh. I think at that point, for anybody, they have to just wait for who knows how long for the game to go on sale. But the more I think about it, the more I think that the sale might just be the normal price of $60. Gaming will become even more of a luxury at the rate the world is going, which is annoying. Don't you worry. When Paint Maze is done, that's going to be $20. And it is technically worth $20, the amount of exploration that I have planned. You already saw the work, like the mock-up that I made right over here. Just hold on a second. Hold on. All right, and back to it. Yeah, the freaking $60 price tag is soon going to be that, but don't you worry. Don't you worry. Paint Maze will be $20. My brain kind of just defaulted to the previous subject topic. Don't worry, that's not $20. If anything, I'd say it might be $40 if I make, like, a DLC bundle. Don't you worry, the DLC will be worth it. And if I were to ever make DLC for this game at some point, which is basically just, like, afterthought zones that I'm like, I could make those, but also I feel like I kind of want just, you know, the base game to be, if I can. I don't know, really, seriously. It's fine. I will get a different swatch for that. As I was saying, the baseline game is most likely going to be $20. Wait, what? God damn it! Okay, give me a second. I'm going to delete everything here. What are you? You're this. Okay, good. So if that's the case, then you need to be this. You need to be this. Wait. No. No. How am I screwing up this badly? Okay, you need to get out of here so I know where the fuck I am. The baseline's going to be at least close to 999 levels. Am I going to actually get to that? I have no clue yet. Chances are that might be what the case is. The average levels we need is 29 levels per zone, with 14 left over to 30, I believe. This would mean, and these are Uggs, by the way, this would mean that to 100% the game, you'd have to complete 999 levels. However, you don't need to 100% the game to complete it. It's more so for completionists, how much of optional levels that you can play. You don't even have to complete every single level, just complete the side quest levels. But if you really want to go for 100 level completion, then you're going to be in for a wild ride. Which is fine, because it gives you more things to do. And the levels aren't that long. You've seen at least some levels. So the levels shouldn't be as egregious. It's just, you still have to, you know, go through the difficult ones, the extremely difficult ones. Those require a lot more focus and concentration to complete. And I gotta say that that's probably going to be the most egregious part in the game, is those levels. Those levels are going to be a killer. Because, don't you forget, you've seen how that laser level is. You've seen that. It's going to be a pain in the ass to complete that. Alright, there's going to be a table here. I'm going to have to make sure everything is right where it needs to be, and the table is here. But for now, I'm not sure. Green looks a little bit too much here. I'd probably put some blue here. Most likely. But I also kind of like the green color here, so I could probably replace the colors. Huh? So you look the same. Yeah, but I also like that too. What if instead you were darker green? Yeah, honestly that one looks slightly better. Don't they look adorable? And not bloodthirsty murderous. You can even see it in their eyes. They've changed. They've changed. Yes, they did. And for the better. Wrong area. You can't see it, but I moved this in the wrong place. There we go. I'm going to get rid of the beanies. I'm going to change up the colors here. To what? I'm not sure just yet. If anything, I could probably go for their blue shirt appearance. So we could do this so they have some blue with them. Oh god, why is everything lagging? Maybe make it darker? 3 saturation to 60? No. Or 69, but nah. Let's try this color. Okay, that's not bad. Also, I might as well just change you to this so that I can just do that. Beanie number 1. Well, maybe not number 1. It depends. It depends on which one I want that to be. And maybe this can be this. No, this. That works. A little hint at Pitou's old outfit. In terms of color-wise, not full-on. Will they get their old outfit back? In one particular instance, not in the way that you think, at least. Alright, cool, great. Pitou has a new appearance. Not bad, I must say. Not bad at all. Also, why are you a line? We've been at this so far for 22 minutes and 22 seconds just passed. So not bad. Let me see something. I gotta find a quick and easy one. What was it again? Blonde color. Okay, good. I can use her swatch to get the color I need. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little hint as to what we have planned while I do this. So you know Cheetle? That dog girl from the election arc? I'm also going to give you a little hint as to what's going to occur in this second season. This is happening after the election arc. At this point, spoilers, Gon and Killua went their separate ways. Killua with his sister, his name is hard for me to pronounce, the same as Inuyasha was until I figured out the trick, Inu, and then Yasha. But yes, they went their separate ways. Lightning Boy with his sister, and Gon climbing a tree for his father, for his deadbeat father, might I add. Yes, sirree. Alright, it seems like I want this to be here. And then basically it just shows there's a whole new world out there, but we'll never get to see it because who knows how long the next arc is going to get animated. Plus, I don't even know if we're following Gon anymore. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the next set of characters we're following is Kurapika and I think maybe Leoria. I'm pretty sure, at least. And I only really seen snippets of it because I don't really want to get spoiled. Despite the fact that, what are the chances they're going to animate another arc? I don't know, maybe I could like quickly check the Hunter x Hunter subreddit. And hope we don't get bad news. Did I skip it? I did skip it. I don't see anything new here. No, not that I can see at the very least. It seems relatively normal? Question mark? Like, everything is kind of going normal. Oh, that's a weird figurine. He's so good. Christ. Seriously, guys. Seriously. Ugh. Anyways, yeah, nothing new at the very least. Nothing like subreddit breaking or something. Anywho's and wits. Yeah. It's gonna be a while before the next arc gets animated. If it ever gets animated. Oh, I forgot the fact that I moved this thing up. Right, I can move this back down. A 3-seat chair. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I have not really much to say about this particular instance here. Pitou lives and is now trying to acclimate to human society. But for their own personal reasons. Quote, wink wink, nudge nudge. I'm sure you all probably know very well, if you've seen the series, what Pitou is planning, what their next move is. Oh, and it's going to be great. A good old-fashioned cat and dog kind of instance. Of course, you also got to remember, we haven't really seen too much with Cheetle and combat. The entirety of the election arc outside of Killwa's little run away from family thing to protect sister instance is, you know, politics and whatnot. So we haven't really seen too much of any of their abilities, actually. I mean, we know Leorio has the ability to literally punch through time and space itself. Just to be able to punch Gon's deadbeat dad. Aside from that, though, we don't really know anything else. And it's a shame that we didn't really get too much, like, screen time with Kurapika. You know, all things considered, he got all the eyes of his family. I want this to be blue, actually. Yeah, he got all the eyes of his family. All of that, his mission there is completed, at the very least. But that's it. Really, that's all there really is to it. It's a shame. I thought they were going to show more, but instead they just show him in a freaking dapper suit, sitting like in front of a bunch of his family members' eyes in a jar. Mission accomplished. You collected all of your family's once, you know, stolen eyes from all the rich douchebags who for some reason just wants literal human eyeballs as a thing to hold on to. Not even fake, real eyes. Like, what the fuck? I know this universe is fucked up and all, but that's even more fucked up than you would expect. Especially considering the fact that we got a pedophilic clown. That figurine, I swear. Ugh. Anyways, yeah. All in all, we didn't really get to see too much of Kurapika after, like, his arc was finished. After the Phantom Troop arc was finished, that was it. Same thing applies to most characters. For instance, most of the Phantom Troop. Maki we barely get to see much of, which is a shame, really. Even more so, alongside the lines of Menchi, we only got to see her once. At least with Pitou, they were shown a decent amount. And it was unfortunate that they ended. But their end wasn't as annoying and frustrating as, say, spoilers for both My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. The ends I'm talking about being Sasha, Bros, and Midnight. Those just sent me down a fucking spiraling instance of rage and fury. So I already saved Sasha, and I finally got around to saving Pitou. for, you know, for the better. I mean, look at this. And now we have to save Midnight. Luna's got her work cut out for her. But don't you worry, Luna will be doing it. She's up to the task. She can do whatever she wants. And you better damn well freaking remember the fact that I got Kainrai and Taniku to murder the people who were accomplices in that attack. Not Toga or Spinner. Honestly, I feel like Spinner could potentially be like, you know, a reformed hero. But kind of in a sense where, you know, now he's just like policing the heroes and like trying to make sure that they do the right thing. I mean, I feel like the end goal for that there would be, if you want the heroes to, like, you know, not be what they are. You know, I don't know what Mount Lady is anymore, since she seems more, along the lines of serious with her, job. But before she was, like, using her good looks to get free shit. You know damn well if there was an instance there with, you know, Luna taking over most of, everyone's lives in terms of, like, you know, heroes are supposed to do this. They're not supposed to expect things in return. And punishment is what Luna does to everybody already. I feel like Mount Lady would learn real quick the consequences of being a corrupt hero. Yes, sirree. Is that what my plan is? I don't know. You'll have to find out when I get to it in like a few freaking years, because again, it's going to take a while to get to that. Nevertheless, I have plans for those universes. Just as I had plans with this one, but this one turned out differently. Now you know that Luna's involved with this particular timeline. Now it's not a case of, oh, this is just an alternate timeline where, you know, Maki, for some reason, ends up in the NGL and then uses this weird, strange tactic to, you know, get away from Pitou before they kill her. Nope, it's because of what Luna did. And what did Luna do the first, you may ask? Is there another, perchance, another save going on in the background? Where, you know, 3 spiders, 2 get brought in and 1 gets, you know, saved? Maybe. Whether or not I'll be able to get to that soon is all really dependent on what occurs. But I could definitely do some bonus drawings. And who wouldn't love to see more of Maki getting, you know, some of the Luna treatment? I definitely would. And I'm sure everybody else can agree. I'm sure the whole world can agree. Pepsi. I think I might have like a little short story for this one, where it's basically going to hint at what Pitou's plan is next after this. Technically speaking, yeah, there's got to be some form of a plot. And now we're outside of, like, known arcs. Now we're going off of, you know, Pitou's new adventure. It started in Chimera Antark, where everything changed when they met Maki. And because this is a timeline where Luna went in and did stuff to Maki, Maki used that knowledge to try to do that to Pitou, which then allowed Pitou to awaken this new interest inside of them. And now they're alive, because Luna's taken an interest in them and decided, you know what, let's give them a chance at a second life. I think the idea was that Luna was always going to save Pitou. What that would have done, I have no clue. But at least now, we have, you know, a full-on actual story to go about doing things here. So we can get to a point where, you know, we get to see Pitou's life going throughout the rest of the series. Which is great. Because, you know, it's always good to get more cat monster lady thing. I think in this instance, Pitou is probably disguised as a human lady. Like, you know, how Karapi got disguised as a lady as well. There's no reason to say human lady, but his point still stands. Pitou is disguised as a young lady. And of course, that means that they're able to really, do most of everything. And apparently, according to a smoke guy, whose name I can't remember, there is magical beasts that live among humans. So, a cat girl looking thing with their tail sticking out. Their tail. But in instance of the perspective of a person, they just see a lady-like humanoid magical beast with a cat tail. And fangs. And technically eyes, but in this instance, their eyes are a little bit more, ovalized and not, like, sharp when they're, like, in rage mode or excitement mode. Nevertheless, they definitely do have a different aura to them. How different is their aura, you may ask? I think I said teal. I feel like teal is a good aura. Before it was, like, dark and purple, and now it's all teal. And, wait a minute. God dang it. It's fine. It's not fine. Where is the selection? There it is. So, yeah. Will I show it here? Maybe slightly. Maybe slightly. I'm not sure just yet. Yeah, it's a good thing I did do that, because I forgot that was attached to that. It's also just nice to see Pitou in a more casual, cutesy appearance. Also nice that the nose actually works really perfectly to make it look like, their nose is actually in the scene, as opposed to just plastered on. Which is great. Does make things slightly a bit, better. I guess to the eyes of the normal human, they just see this humanoid beast and they don't think of anything else. They don't think that this person almost committed, full-on war atrocities. Because in this alternate timeline, Luna kind of just, went on ahead and, fixed some mistakes that they made. One of which being the boy that was lobotomized. Can't remember his name, but you know that guy. Luna saved his arse. Will you ever see that? Probably not. But, it's name-dropped. He's saved now. Just freaking on the side saving him. Yep. And then there's, of course, the girl's palm that's half chimera, half human. Alongside Kite, who's now... I think he's also in the same boat, or should I say she's in the same boat as Palm. Half chimera, half human. A king, but probably more so a queen now because of the fact that, they're... Well, it's like a Pitou scenario, I guess. Could be. Who knows? Pitou could be a twink stuck inside a cat girl's body, at least in the anime. In the manga, they don't appear to have a, boobs. If you've seen the, the manga's art of them. Regardless of the fact, it doesn't exactly matter. Because I like this character. And I got to the point now where, you know what? Experiment. See what occurs. I don't think it really counts too much towards Pitou because they look too womanly to really be like, oh, it's a trap. No, it's not. At least in the anime, it's not. Either way, it doesn't matter because I still draw them. And I'll still refer to them as them because technically they don't have a gender. They're probably as smooth as a Barbie doll down there. Yeah, that's right. And of course, there's more instances and things that you can do with this particular character that doesn't involve having to bang. If you've seen the series, you'd know. And also, it's not like it's that important. To me, kinks are more important than just straight up banging. If you don't have any kinks, then there's not too much that you can do outside of, normal old sex. I'm all for kinks, foreplay, and whatnot. keeps the session going longer. Could be like an hour, could be like 40 minutes. As long as you don't like edge yourself and get closer and closer to like being, what's the word? Fully climaxed. That's where that plays, kinks do. And that's what I prefer. And they're normal kinks, at least considering the fact that, well, you know, all the others out there, that's a little bit more, what's the word? Strange to me. There's definitely a few things that I'm just like, ugh, towards. Yes, sir, me. If you've seen most of what I have on DeviantArt, then you kind of already know what I'm into. All out in the public for everybody to see. Because I have stopped giving a shit. I've got to a point now where I just live my life the way I want to live it. I do what I want to do, create what I want to create, and I don't care what people think. I say that's something everybody should strive for. Get to a point where they can just do what they want to do and not care what other people think. Don't get involved in politics, don't get involved in religion, don't get involved in anything. Just do your own thing. If you want to do those things, then kudos to you. If that's what you strive for, constantly arguing with a bunch of people, or skirting people, so long as you're not hurting anybody, then good for you. But if you are hurting somebody, and are actively trying to get into everybody's own free life, then you're being an asshole. You chose this life that you were given. You don't have any right to just bring everybody down to your level. Now, if you're going up against those who chose the same life as you do, then go after them. I haven't come across this instance yet, thankfully, but I imagine that it's a thing that would happen if you're somebody who isn't like looking into any, or isn't like involved in anything political. Well, I guess technically speaking, if you really want to think about it, all the like Yuri stuff that I made is quote-unquote a political agenda, despite the fact that I just want to see women doing things together, whether it be wholesome or lewd. There's literally nothing to it. There is no agenda. It's literally just, you know, wanting to see some action or some wholesomeness. I don't follow that nonsense. I do what I want to do. If I want to do this, then I do that. If you don't like it, tough shit. Tough shitty, said the kitty. The cat's in loaf mode, sleeping. Or cinnamon roll mode, actually. Curled up in ball, sleeping. So yes. I would say most of what I do in terms of the mature stuff hits both sides. Unintentionally, too. To where they're like, you're just freaking trying to push an agenda. And I'm like, nah, I just want to draw some hot girl-on-girl action. And there are some, you know, people out there like, oh, why don't you draw some guy-on-girl, huh? Why don't you draw a guy railing girl? And I'm like, I don't want to see a guy doing that to a girl. Unless the guy looks like freaking Astolfo, then maybe. Maybe. And to them, they'd be like, what? I thought that was a girl. Oh, God. And they're just, like, looking at their hands. Well, this is not really, like, indicative to most of them, because some of them would probably see anime and be like, laughing like dumbasses, because, you know, it's just like, look at the weaving. They sound like idiots. They sound like they're freaking living off of the old high school days of their jock life. You really want to sound like an idiot? Look, I grow up. I sell propane and propane accessory now. I used to be like you, but then I grew a pair. And now I'm a respectable young man with a wife, a kid, a dog, and a father who hates me. But he's dead now, so yeah, and stuff. Isn't that right, Hank Hill? Yeah. Yep. Can't do the voice right now. Anyways, yeah. It is funny to think that there would be some people out there who thinks that I am pushing an agenda, but there's no agenda to be pushed. I'm creating what I want to create. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it. I don't involve myself with politics or religion. I've stated it multiple times before, but I've created so much now to a point where I can't really see myself getting into any religion. Look, if God exists, then that's cool. I don't really care too much. Can I still create God? If yes, then sure, good, great. I'll keep doing what I want to do and create. Enjoy my life. I'm sure God would want us to do that instead of trying to scorn everybody for not following his ways. But if he's like, you know, what everybody says he is, like, God does not like homosexuals or trans people, then I'm like, no, I don't want that. Look, give people the freedom to do whatever the hell they want to do. I'm pretty sure God wouldn't give two shits. Also, wasn't Jesus Christ like in like an era where like homosexuality was like more apparent in like Roman and Greek like instances of the, you know, the freaking Greek Spartan soldiers banging each other to like relieve some stress because their wives are like at home, and you're like, your brother is there, not actual brother, your brother in war is there, kind of deal. I'd imagine that, you know, in that particular era, homosexuality was like more prevalent and less like worried about. Which makes me wonder why the hell it's become more scorned here. You really gotta wonder how the hell most of that stuff came to be. Racists, homophobes, and transphobes. I don't know, like, the finite point as to why most of this exists. I think most of it stems from just people not liking change or something different. Like how most Americans are like, we don't want to eat this freaking, you know, rice thing because it's not hamburgers or chicken nuggets or french fries. And I can somewhat attest to it. I never really liked rice before, but, you know, I still don't really like it that much. Something about the textures, but I just had like cheese rice today. I had some textures that just felt really like squishy. I don't know, it's just, I'm more of a texture eater. If I feel something squishy on my teeth that I think is supposed to be like, you know, it's all crunch or all soft, and you know, go through it and I just hear it, or not hear it, but feel and somewhat kind of, maybe not hear, feel the vibrations of the squeaky rice. It just doesn't feel good. If it tastes fine, then yeah, but if I feel some weird squishy nonsense and something that should be soft, then I don't really like it. It's like when I'm eating meatballs and I just bite into something that's like hard as hell or very squishy as hell or something. Like garlic cloves, I guess, that aren't cut all the way in this cube form. Or, I don't know, onion pieces. Like, I'm fine with onions for, like, some instances, but if I'm biting into something that I think is supposed to be, like, for instance, what was it again? Chicken parm? There's, like, onion bits in there, I think it is. And when I bite into it, just, ugh, I don't like the way it feels on my teeth. It makes me gag a bit. Even if the taste is, like, not that bad, which, I don't know, I don't know if it's the taste and the combination of that, but if it's like sliding down my throat and I don't like bite into it and release all the flavors, or bite into it and feel something squishy. How did I get into this conversational topic again? Oh yeah, Americans not wanting to try new things and don't liking changes, and that's probably why there are people, well, American history stems mostly from, like, slavery. I don't know why. Why did it stem from that? Why was the first thing our thought process is we don't feel like doing shit, so we're gonna make these people who don't look like us do it instead. You know, it only makes sense that in the end we'd have robots taking over every single laborious and office job. Because it seems like humanity really wants to keep some form of a slave. Whether it be through legal means, like, you know, some jobs that we have out there today, or through legitimately bad means. Both are bad. Not saying that the legal way is good, because, you know, a lot of people are just stuck trying to get by every day, and then, you know, a lot of freaking people get stuck on overtime, which is very frustrating. It's like companies don't realize that people have a life, or they don't care, and they just want to, you know, have control and power over somebody. That's what it feels like nowadays. I don't know how much is true in this department at work now with this new plant manager. He seems to be doing pretty well so far. I don't know about the supervisor, though, on my current shift. Like, twice in a row, he tried to get me to frickin' come in for stupid meetings. Saturday and Sunday for one line, and then Saturday and Sunday for frickin' bubble leak. Somebody signed for the first one, and I said, nah, I'm not doing that. It's just, ask somebody else, alright? It's like, you know, there's multiple other people you could ask, but no, you ask me instead. I have a life to live. You know? It's frustrating. It really is frustrating. So I don't know what's going on with that twice in a row now when you could have asked somebody else. And we got somebody here who is going down the R card route. I don't know. I don't want to go down that route. I really don't. Ugh, it just baffles me sometimes, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Both when it comes to people who are just trying to be racist and those who are trying to, like, actively abuse their powers. Authority, extremist political nonsense, extremist religious nonsense. I just don't get it. How did it come to this? How did we get to this part? Do you have 90 minutes? Well, I can tell you this much for a fact. Living in the fantasy world is so much better because I get to see characters like this take on a whole new shape. Also, Pitou just looks so adorable with glasses. Glasses, nice little turtleneck sweater. Tail poking through the jean pants. Originally, I had the thought of having their tail kind of in there so they made themselves look more human. But also, I like the idea of the tail showing. See what I mean? See, in the original timeline of this universe, Pitou died. And for good reason, too, because I don't think they fully learned empathy when they tried to attack Gon. At least now, in this alternate timeline, they're starting to get the hang of it, just they didn't do it with Gon, because their main focus was the king still. But now, in this alternate timeline, Pitou is still alive. They did get their bells rung, so they are probably going to be a little bit more fearful of, you know, if they ever get to see Gon again. Which, maybe not in this instance in the series, but in a, I guess, a spin-off. After Pitou's fetish is finished. There is an end to this. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do once that ends, honestly. It was kind of like the one thing that, like, kept going and had a consistent release date kind of value. Wait a minute. What am I doing? How did I not notice this? You need to go behind the pants. Well, it's a good thing it's not that big of a deal. But still, how? Keep going. Here. There we go. Jesus, I mean, if this is not like a whole bunch. And there's still a few things I need to do. For one thing, I need to draw the, well, I gotta post Adventurous Army at some point. I'm probably gonna do that either tomorrow. And I gotta do Game Crafters, most likely tonight. And I gotta do the landscape and scenery drawing and try to get a head start on that. I'm hoping I can get that done with soon. I also gotta spend an hour to work on some voice lines for Paint Maze, because the menu is basically finished now. I've optimized everything that I could. Literally now the quality has been reduced to, what's the word? Low, I think? Yeah, low. I don't think there was a very low. I think it was low, medium, high, very high, and ultra. is now reduced to low, which apparently was the reason why the player was moving slowly, but everything else was kind of moving at the same pace. So now with the quality reduced, because let's be honest, a game like Paint Maze does not need high quality. Maybe it does, maybe the shadows is very important, because there is shadows inside of this area. I don't know how the hell this is going to work. But again, I might be like destroying and creating, what do you call it? Zone spaces in order for me to be able to get optimization. And I did the async loading thing too for main menu and the regular menu. The main menu takes a while and the start menu doesn't take that long. It's like 4 movements kind of. Oh, I also gotta like adjust the opacity fade of, you know, the fade out. It's kind of annoying. The fade out doesn't fully occur, which is very stupid. Not gonna lie, it is very stupid. When I did the test, the fade out didn't show the full fade. I don't know why it didn't. It like left an imprint or something. That didn't make any sense to me. Why did it leave an imprint? It's like it didn't fully fade and it still moved. So I gotta do something with that. That one's easy enough. All I gotta do is like check to see if alpha is, you know, greater than or equal to 1, and then have the material change, but only after transition is equal to true. Maybe. Or maybe have it be like the fade out. Yeah, if I have that on a fade out and we run that sequence. While it does that and checks to see if alpha is equal to or greater than 1, then it's like, boom. Or I could do an else command and just have it be like, hey, change the material to this. Change the material to this. Bingo. I was able to do a decent lingo from a long while ago, but then I don't know. Anyways, yeah, if you don't know, I have a vacation week. So, that's great, vacation week. Which means I have all the time I need to be able to get stuff done with. Which means a lot of the stuff that will take probably like hours to get done with, I should be able to fully finish them in like maybe 2 days? It depends, really. Oh, I forgot their tail. It's fine, I can get their tail after this. I don't know how big this landscape and scenery drawing is going to be. But hopefully I can get it done with quickly. I've got a lot of complex drawings to get done with going into the month of April. And after that, May. So I'm really hoping I can get a head start. I feel like I'm not going to be able to get a head start, though. I don't know, in my head I think I'll have more than enough time to get stuff done with. But I probably won't. I probably won't. And it is kind of annoying. Even if I were to spend every single day to get that stuff done with. There's like a lot of nonsense that occurs in between that I gotta take into consideration. Well, nevertheless, we'll try our best to get somewhere. Whether or not we're gonna get anywhere is anyone's guess. My hope here is I can finish the landscape and scenery drawing, Elementals Reborn, and the last hardcore mature drawing this week. And I post those drawings next week, and I focus on the drawing next week after that, which is also going to be a big one. A lot of big drawings that I have to get done with. A lot. It's insane. And it doesn't end there. I've changed the order, if you haven't noticed, and I haven't really done like any art time videos like for the past, not the past 2, because I still did, you know, Historia and Ymir's little wedding. But I skipped the landscape and scenery drawing and decided I'll do it on this vacation week so I don't have to worry about like not getting it done with soon enough. Yeah, I feel like that's a better idea, right? Because at the end of the day, in order for me to get what I need to get done with, I'll keep it separated. So I can do it like this. Now for me to get done with what I need to get done with, I need way more time. Because there's a lot of characters to draw in this landscape and scenery drawing. It's the ceremonial celebration scene from Elementals Reborn. With Gwyneth, Ariella, Ganthru, Domadora, 3 maids, the Queen of Nature, Melina, and can't remember that one girl's name. I don't think it was Sarah. Something with the letter S, but somebody from Ganthru's lineage. It's been a while. That's 10 characters that I have to draw, and a background. That is going to be interesting indeed. I guess we'll see how this works out soon enough. Yeah, I think outside of just the background, I'm probably also going to have just a bunch of random people. It depends, really. Because I do want this one to be a little bit bigger. We'll see what we do. We'll see what occurs. For now, though, I'm just going to get the shading and texturing done with here and call that episode there. And I gotta decide what I want to do after that. I gotta get Adventurous Ami posted at some point. It's already done, and I can't show you it because, obviously, you gotta pay $10 to see it and read it. To read the episode. But I think it's worth it at this point because we have so many freaking drawings, it's insane. I think I have this up to date, right? Yeah, I got 35. 35 hardcore mature drawings. All of which can be viewed right now for a simple $10. So if you already knew about this, and if you were holding out until there was like a lot of content, well, guess what? There's a lot of content now. Your eyes might be bigger than your hands, that's for certain. But a lot of reading, a lot of fanfics and whatnot. Or you could do foreplay and make it last longer. Well, technically, it depends, really. Do you see yourself in the girl's position, or do you see yourself in the monster's position? Well, monsters. Most of it's monster girls and slime thing and this other things. Regardless, I usually see myself in the girl's position, so, you know, submissiveness and all that stuff. So to me, that's why I only draw girl on girl. Although I guess with that logic, I would technically draw girl on guy, but I wouldn't. Not yet, at least. Not just yet. At least not with any characters. Not with any characters, no. It's strange because, like, unlike, you know, a lot of female characters from shows and whatnot. Oh, that is supposed to be beneath that. Okay, that's easy enough. There's only like a handful of male characters, and there's not a lot. Not a lot that I can think of. Or there might be a bunch, and I just don't remember some of them. Now there is Envy and Lust. There's those two. But that's all I can really think of in that particular series. It's like a very specific type. At the moment, it don't matter. Because again, won't happen yet. Or at all, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll be like, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, you know, I don't post it. But probably not. Usually when I draw something, I fully post it. But, you know. Whoops! Don't want to do that. Alright, let's see. We're almost done with the shading process. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. I'm gonna get myself a drink real quick. One thing's for certain, I don't have too many guys' creations under my belt. It's a lot of women. A lot of women. I think the only other time we really have, you know, something other than women is when I'm making the series. Well, I wouldn't say we say that, but despite the fact that we have, like, you know, only 2 women in the most recent episode of Elementals Reborn shown. But there's also Gwyneth's father, which I technically already drew him, so... I also already drew the Queen of Nature, so there's only, like, 2 new women, actually. Gwyneth's mother and grandmother. And also the maids. Which might have importance for, like, quote-unquote filler episodes. Because, don't forget, a large majority of Elementals Reborn will consist mostly of filler. How much filler, you may ask? Well, I don't know just yet. I already technically have the next 6 episodes ideas, like, thought up. I won't say what they are, obviously, so you guys have something to look forward to. But most of it is filler, and, like, a handful of it is, canon. Well, canon. Main story. All of it is canon. Just because it's filler doesn't mean it's canon. The group goes on missions to try to, like, figure out the mysteries of the Elemental's rebirth. Any clue they can get contributes to the main mission. Damn. Soda burp. Why is it like that, you may ask? I have no idea. I had to try everything within my power to make these chairs not full on wood. And even then, we still ended up with wood. I feel like this could probably be blue, though. Yeah, sure, I could do that. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about, you know, Season 2 of Demon Slayer, since I finished that up. So, spoilers at this point. Am I going to remember to do the end of spoilers instance? Probably not. But man, I was surprised of how that ended. Like, literally, everybody got banged up and almost destroyed, but I thought it was going to end in a similar fashion to, what was his name? Tomoyo? The, black-haired guy with the freaking muzzle bamboo out of nowhere for Nezuko, because who knows why he has that to begin with if his main prerogative is to kill demons. I also have a very funny drawing idea with Luna teasing him with Shinobu in the background blushing and saying, "What? Aren't you supposed to kill demons? Why do you have this muzzle if you're supposed to be killing demons? Unless you're living a secret life," or something like that. Not the exact, what do you call it? I'm just trying to say it in my own way. Yeah, you know, that secret life. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, I think I forgot the shade in this instance, but it's fine because I think I could just do this. That'd be funny. But aside from that, you know, I thought they were just going to save their arses, but no. In the end, they managed to kill both of the demons. They took down their own opponents, and it took some doing. It did take some doing. And Zenitsu finally got his badass streak. I mean, technically he got his badass streak happening in the train arc as well. Full on. And also in the spider instance. In that one instance. It's just, he's barely gotten too much of a win, so it's good to see him finally getting wins. You know what I mean? And that freaking technique to rearrange Inosuke's organs, Jesus Christ. I thought that was it because I was square in the heart, but I didn't think, yes, rearranging organs. Are you able to do that? I mean, he can dislocate his shoulders, so I guess it's not too far off course for him to just push his heart a little bit to the right and just have, like, you know, no organs get punctured. The amount of freaking... Whoops, that's Discord I almost opened up. The amount of freaking, like, foresight, unless he, like, prematurely moved his heart away from the center, to be able to, like, you know, not get his heart destroyed. That's pretty badass. I wish they had, like, a little, like, end sequence. But I guess the end sequence is going to play once Season 3 starts. Or a movie, probably. Yes, sirree. Also, I want this to be like this. I know it has that, like, bunched look, but I like this better. So that was interesting. Even more so interesting that everybody survived, which gives me hope for every other, you know, Hashira. Especially Shinobu and the pink-haired girl, whose name I still have a hard time trying to remember. Something that starts with the letter M. That's all I can remember. Anyways, yeah. And it's even more so cooler just seeing Nezuko go fall out. Although it is a bit worrisome. I was thinking maybe have, you know, if something stupid happens in Attack on Titan, have, you know, same thing that Nezuko did in, whoops, that's too much. In the hot air balloon. Only this time with, like, you know, horns and whatnot. The transformed form. Also, is this? Yeah, this is the right one. Nonetheless, well, I don't know when this is going to happen. The movie's already premiering. Whether or not it's dubbed is unclear to me. It has to be dubbed if it's premiering in movie theaters, right? It has to be. Unless that's just showing it only in Japan. And it's like, yeah, if you live in Japan, you can see this movie right now. And I'm like, well, I can't see that movie. First of all, I ain't gonna watch subs because I want to understand what I'm looking at. And second of all, I don't want to fly all the way to Japan. I feel like if you're going to fly to another country with, like, a completely different language, you need to somehow learn all the language. You need to be prepared. You can't just fly to Japan and be like, yes, I am in Japan now. You need to be prepared. I feel like if you were to ever fly to a country that's primarily speaking in a completely different language, you got to prepare for that journey, learn the language and whatnot. Probably one of the main reasons why I would never go to another country outside of, you know, not liking flying. It's just, I don't have the brain capacity to learn another language and speak it fluently. A lot of my brain capacity consists of my creations and remembering what most of my creations entail. It is what it is, and there's not really much that I can do about that. Actually, wait. I got a better idea. Why don't I do this instead? Maybe not that big, maybe like small. I don't want the usual cracked look. I want to have it like a unique looking texture. Maybe I can do the same with the chairs here as well. So anyways, yeah, that's my standpoint right there. I ain't able to learn another language. And even if I could, I ain't gonna fly. I don't like the flying aspect. Unless I can somehow manage to develop the ability to fly by myself. Like, you know, we somehow managed to discover Chi in Dragon Ball Z. And now we're able to fly. Well, maybe not all of us, but some of us, yeah. That would be the only reason I would ever fly. If I could fly like that or Superman. Or any other flight heroes. Unnatural flight ability is the only reason I would go to fly. Because I'd be like, well, if everything goes down, I can fly. I can open up this hatch, fly. Freaking get a nice, good, like, leg muscle crunch, do what Pitou does, and just, phew, and then the plane goes even more out of array. I mean, if the plane is already about to crash into a mountain, there's not much I can do to help everybody here. I mean, I could probably try to stop it, but what if my only ability is flight and, like, brief instances of being able to push or give myself a large push? Maybe me pushing the plane allows for it to dodge whatever mountain's about to hit and it lands in the ocean. Sure, why the hell not? Give everybody a chance to live instead of getting destroyed. Indubitably. Also, I don't know how well that would work. I would have to, like, have my legs primed and have the door open immediately, and then, boom, jump. I mean, I guess if I can somehow manage to avoid any of the wings, maybe it's fine. I would have to figure out where the hell the wings are. I mean, if I'm flying and the wings are, like, beneath the thing, then I can just jump out and boom, flight. Putting some thought into this hypothetical scenario that would never happen unless in an alternate universe where I have a superpower. Look, I'm the master of alternate timelines, alright? If I say that I have the ability of flight, then that means an alternate universe's version of me has the ability of flight. That also means that I accidentally ended up killing a bunch of random people. That's the thing when you have the powers of gods. You gotta be careful with what you do with them, because then you'll end up killing random people. Yes, sirree. Even though they're not real to us, they are real to them. If you understand what I'm trying to get at here. So despite the fact that the fictional characters don't really exist in our reality, they do exist in another reality. Which pisses me off even more that certain characters died. And that's why I created an alternate timeline. Technically 3 alternate timelines. Actually, I think I made more, technically speaking. I don't remember. I did make something in the DC or Marvel universe, or wherever the fuck universe that was. Depends, really. It's hard to say. Oh, yeah, we kind of got to the spoilers end territory, but I kind of got, like, sidetracked. It's fine. It don't matter. I've said my piece for now. I can't wait for Season 3, though. Yes, sirree. I even showed restraint to not revive the king and Komugi. I feel like those two dying off would kind of set Pitou off into the right direction of, if this is what my master's dying wish is, his last final wish to me, then I shall go on ahead and, you know, live by my king's words. I feel like that would still work even if he's not dead, but, you know, it depends, really. Honestly, I don't know if the humans in this universe would be too happy with somebody like the king living. So it would probably still lead to conflict, annoyingly enough. Is that everything texture-wise? I think it is, actually. No, I missed something here. The table, of course. Also, yeah, I can't wait to see Pitou in action. Coming this July, mid-July, at that, I should say. Now it's going to be more original content, which is great because now I don't have to try to remember what happened in some of these instances. Our first little instance, I guess technically speaking. Although we got a new scene with the king. When did this occur? No clue. It happened probably towards the middle. Also, it says a lot that the king thought that Luna was Pitou. Because I think shortly after the king lost his sight, both of them died out, I think. Or, I don't know, maybe dying out. sometime after. Maybe it's like a slow death or some shit. Whatever be the case, shake your head, cat. Last words. Pitou's the only one of the royal guard alive. They've turned over a new leaf. And now look at them. In cute little human outfit. Sweater, pants, boots, beanie, glasses even. No real reason to have the glasses there. Just to look more cute, I guess. So there we go, folks. The first part of this episode. I'm going to work on the background, probably add some more people. Depends, I don't know exactly how much I'm going to put into this. I'm thinking I might maybe have like the sequence kind of like go here, building here, fence here, just something, I don't know. It's a lot to take into consideration, but for now, that's all the time I have for today, folks. So with that being said, hold on. Thank y'all for watching today's episode of Art Time. I almost forgot. I almost said a different thing that's not on this series. It's fine. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, of course. Previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode, the next part of today's episode of Art Time over here. I'm tired, so I will see you all in the next episode, or part later.